Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our paint through video of the Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon main miniatures, and we also got the Monsters of Avalon expansion miniatures on the board here. So just fast forwarding through getting the minis set up. I'm going to start out with a Zenithal Prime of these, but let's just take a look at some of these minis. We've got the men here. Figures are pretty cool looking sculpts. We've also got third men here from the main box set. From the expansion set, we've got here the Hell Pig. We've got the Selkie and the Mulchman. We've got some of the, these are the character figures from the main box set. And we've got the more from Fall of Avalon figures for the player figures. From the main villain from the box set. Again, from this expansion set, we've got the Underbrush Worm, the Worm Changle, we've got the Mist Bearer, we've got the Doulahan, we've got this is the Underbrush Worm. These three figures here, these three torsos with the hands, this is the Slough, I don't know how you pronounce it. We've got this character holding the Four Dweller Reclaimer. We've got the eagle as well. So yeah, the minis are looking cool. Get these out to be Zenithal primed. I'm going to hit them with a flat black first, and then mist them with a matte white to kind of give them that Zenithal prime effect. Let's get them out to be sprayed. Yeah, these are just light coats. Rotate them, make sure you spray them low just to get the undercoverage coverage. Some of the figures have got some undercarriage hangs, so just make sure you spray below as well. I'm kind of spraying for above here, but I'll just lower the can down and make sure I hit them at the bottom. And then just light passes. Usually, once it gets tacky to the touch, you can just rotate it, so I tend to blast through the priming. And also just moving it sort of at a 45-degree angle or 30-degree angle if you're trying to get underneath it. And then for the Zenithal Prime, again, just put it at a 45-degree angle, hit it from above, light misting. Usually you just do it from one angle, but sometimes if they have some back details that are cool, like the Weird Child has some bones on the back, and I think the Four Dweller Reclaimed has a cloak on the back, and I wanted to mist it like that, so I did rotate some of them to do the Zenithal Prime, but it gets a nice shadow effect. And half your painting is done right there. I mean, if you want it to be tabletop ready, sometimes a good Zenithal Prime gets them pretty close to getting them on the table. So here's what they look like Zenithal primed. The men here look really cool. Hit them. I hit those around different angles just to accentuate some of the details on the back of the cloak as well. So now I'm going to start doing some hand painting for these. I will do some additional spraying on these. I think that, for example, I want to try to leverage maybe for the Mulchman and some of the creatures. Day one finished. So I got up early one morning and I kind of noticed this effect when I turned the light on, so it looked kind of cool. Things like the Hell Pig, The any of the horses, the weird bear, the wolf walker, I'm going to hit those with a brown spray, warped elk, just to kind of get, because most of them will be brown with the undercoat. Men here, there's also kind of a red background. I'm going to hit those with a red spray can just to sort of make it quick and kind of to get that effect of, same as the Zenithal Prime, have the spray sort of go out from the flames, because each of these men here are holding a candle, and so the red will be sort of like the back color. They also have a skeletal, kind of like a Clash on Titan kind of musculature system, as you see them emerging from, as the men here emerge from their black cloaks. So you could kind of paint that with the red hue as well. For this weird child, I'm going to use this Tamaya sort of industrial green here that I used on the Robotech Rider. And I also use this on the Greyjoys. So I want to get the most out of this spray can that I've got, but I thought this is a good color. And then I'll paint the back with bones. I think I'll paint a purple serpent or the umbilical cord around that child that's got in its hand, so we'll kind of get that going. And then this is for the sloth here. This is just the ghostly arms and hands. I'll hit it with the flesh, but I probably will make them a bit more skeletal when you look at their visages. So. And again, for this Four Dweller Reclaimer, I'm just gonna blast the suspended corpse he's got in his left hand. I just hit him with the flesh because he's shirtless. I'll also do it for some of the other flesh characters. I think there's a shirtless player character from the core box, from Fall of Avalon core box. So you can kind of see which ones I've hit with the flesh, and then I'll go and touch them up with hand painting, just to kind of quicken the, as I do in these batch speed paints, I try to find a way to get some coverage on the model. So you can see how the browns are covering all of the horses, the weird bear, the warped elk, the Doulahan, the hell pig, and then I'm going to hit those with some white and some bone color. Also the hammerbeak, hit them with the brown. And then the other ones are still in the Zenithal Prime state, but yeah, start to do brushwork now. For the men here, I'm kind of going through, like, I've seen a lot of the reference art just doing the candle theme. So working with the red, then hitting it with oranges, then hitting with a yellow, then hitting the candle wicks with a white, just sort of trying to get that glow effect. I'm not really great at it, but I think it'll look fine. But having fun with it, though, just trying to play around with something new. You can kind of see my first pass at it here. I'm going to go back and paint some of the black over it, because I think I've overdone it in some spots. But yeah, and also get some washes on it to soften some of the effect. Get some white highlights where they need to be. And once you get those sort of white highlights on things, on the candle wicks, really starts to pull it together. That reddish glow or the orange glow really helps as well to kind of give that illusion of these are candles inside of a black cloaked figure. So it makes the black kind of jump out more. So yeah, they're kind of looking all right. Happy with how they turned out. Next up, going to jump into some of the flesh tones. We've got lots of faces here. We've got the main characters. We've got the angry mob. We've got the sloths. We've got lots of things that have flesh tones. Go ahead and hit those. There's the baby there for not for the mistbearer, for the weird child. And there's some of our main characters from the Fall of Avalon core box. And you can see I've started putting some of those bone effects on the Hell Pig, on the Weird Bear, and on the Wolf Walker. Here I'm putting down a green, a light green coat for the underbrush worm and for the worm tangle, using the same colors there. And then I'll hit them with a wash to kind of accentuate the scales, kind of darken the scales below. And I'll do that same washing across the Weird Bear, the Hell Pig, even the armor of the Four-Dweller Reclaimer, Lost Knight. You see this fly through. We're starting to get some of that work done. With the Four-Dweller Reclaimer and the Sloth, I think I'll hit those with the wash as well. And then you kind of paint around the flesh overspray that you get. So like that back cloak of the Sloth, the rock work around it. I'll hit all of my rock work too with mostly grays, and then a Nuln Oil wash to kind of keep the accents going. And then I'm sort of trying to dry brush the bone effects and the chainmail effects. So I've got some metallic chainmails on the Knight Errant, on the Four-Dweller Reclaimer, some bone work on the Wolf Walker, and then some washes on the Selkie and the worms to sort of accentuate the scales. You guys can see that I've got the tablet on the table. Finally got a tablet that I can use for like some reference art. I think it really helps just to look at some reference images while you're painting, especially when you're trying to put together the palette. So it's nice to have that. You can zoom in, especially, you know, if you don't have the sense of what kind of color schema you want to use, you can just use other people's color schemas and zoom in the models and just do like a paint by numbers. So it's not bad. So now I'm putting the final touches on the Tainted Grail Fall of Avalon core box player character pieces, getting hair color, flesh color in place, putting the washes on them, adding in some straps and metallics for armor and for weapons. Just cleaning these up, getting them ready for gameplay, because they will be the first figures we see when I get these on the tabletop. As usual, guys, go like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you'd like to see when we kick off playing Tainted Grail gameplay. We'll be getting these characters on the board. And thanks for watching. As usual, you can support us on our Patreon. Check out our bookstore. Channel's not monetized, but we'll do some hero shots here flying through. And go check out our other gameplay. We'll be starting Tainted Grail soon, so get ready for the new chapter in the Pontus Fathom Hobbies gameplay. We've got our Joan of Arc series continuing. We've got our Song of Ice and Fire. We just did a Greyjoy paint through. So yeah, these models are looking pretty good. I think they're tabletop ready enough. I didn't get to all of them, so maybe look forward to a part 2. And thanks for watching. I'll let you guys enjoy them on the way out and talk to you next time. Bye-bye.